Hello to all the students of class 6. We are here to study about computers. So first of all, what is known as computer? Computer, as the word suggests, computer is a machine which computes our task. And task, we can say that task is completed very easily and it is computed with more accuracy. So what can you say about computer? That computer is a machine which processes our task in very short interval of time. Means if I am giving some instructions to computer, it processes through that instruction and give some desired output in the computer. So we can say about computer. Computer is basically an electronic machine. And it works, it is an electronic machine that makes our task very easy. And computer has some storage capacity, high speed, so the size of a computer is related to its functions. And processing capacity. Many computers are there. Supercomputer, mainframes and servers. These are bigger and faster computer. If I am saying supercomputer, so supercomputer is basically a computer which processes the instruction at a very fast rate. Instruction, what do you understand by instruction? If I am giving some student one homework, he will be doing one task in one day. But if I will be giving computer to play music, to play movie or to read something, document in the computer, it will be processing within a second. So it is doing the work, the instruction which are given by us. And the instruction which we are giving is either by clicking mouse or by dragging mouse or by pressing keyboard. These are the ways of giving instruction to the computer. And mainframes are the set of computers which is used for storing large amount of data. As we know that datas are created every day. If you must be knowing about emails, or many of the parents or anyone is using Facebook also. Facebook is large amount of data are created every day. So where are these data stores? Data are stored in servers, or it is stored in computers, or it is stored in cloud. So we can say about servers also. Servers are used for processing the computer instruction in a very fast way. So it is processing the instruction in very fast way. So there are some more devices like watches, calculators and car, etc., which uses embedded system. So embedded, what is there? That calculator, watches and cars. This uses embedded system. And embedded system is such that the software inside it cannot be replaced. We cannot replace the software inside it. So that is known as embedded system. It works on single microprocessor board, and the instructions are, or the programs are stored in ROM. ROM is basically read-only memory. Read-only memory, which we'll be discussing in the next part. Following part we'll be discussing. But read-only memory. And read-only memory means, suppose we are entering some calculation, we are doing some calculation in calculator. After some time, after 10 or 15 minutes, the calculation is, while we are switching off the calculator, it is lost because it is temporary. That's why ROM. ROM is read-only memory, and the memory is volatile. Volatile means after some times the data will be lost. So it is known as volatile. Mobile phones and game consoles are also computers. So everyone is using smartphone, and we can say that smartphone is basically, with the help of smartphone, we are able to call, we are able to play games, we are able to use, nowadays we are using video calls, WhatsApp video call, Zoom we are using. So now and then we can send emails to each other. So these are the characteristic, and we can edit documents in smartphones. So these are the characteristic, and that's why we can group a smartphone as computers. So these are different kinds of computer. Now we'll be studying about characteristic of a computer. There are many characteristic of a computer. Second point is precision. Third point is reliability. Fourth point is versatility. So these are the four characteristics. Computer has more characteristics, but we'll be discussing about four characteristics. First characteristic is speed. Why we are using computer? Because its speed is more. It is doing more work more easily than us or humans. It is executing million instruction per second. This is MIPS, means million instruction per second. Means if you'll be giving about million tasks in 1 second, so it will be executing million instruction in 1 second. If I'll be giving some student one task, so it will be doing taking about 10 minutes to do, or 15 minutes, or if it is more efficient, so he can do in 1 minute also. But he can't do million instruction in 1 second. So, but the computer speed is about million instruction per second. Computer is executing about million. Million means 10 lakhs instruction in 1 second. Second point is precision. What do you understand by precision? Precision is basically the accuracy. I am saying about accuracy. Accuracy basically means if I am asking your percentage, if someone's percentage I will be asking, and if he replies that 78%, 78% is defining that 78 part will be correct out of 100, means his accuracy is 78 out of 100. But there is no problem with accuracy of computer. When we are giving correct input, computer will be proceeding through correct output. Computer will be doing a wrong result, printing a wrong result if we will be giving wrong input. If we are giving right input, it will be producing right output. Third point is about reliability. Reliability means computer doesn't need rest. Likewise, we human need rest. Computer can work for many hours with uniform speed and accuracy. So we are saying computer is reliable. Versatility. Computer can do different types of jobs simultaneously. If we are reading something in computer, or we can that time we can listen to songs also, or sometimes we can call also in computer. So simultaneously we are able to do many types of work. So it is known as versatility. Now about memories. How it is computer working? With the help of memory only. Memory is basically divided into two types, primary and secondary. Primary we are dividing in RAM and ROM. Secondary means pen drive, CD, DVDs, So these are secondary memories. So what is known as memory? Memory, a computer has memory to store information. We are able to store huge amount of data with respect to memory. So but we are defining primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory actually deals with the memory which is inside the computer, which is attached to the computer. So there are of two kinds. One is RAM, another is ROM. RAM is random access memory. Access memory. And ROM is read. This is read only memory. So RAM is basically random access memory. How we can define RAM? RAM, it holds the data for a short interval of times. After that, if the work is over, data is lost. Suppose, for example, if we are using music player in computer, while playing music, we are using music player, as well as we are reading some article. So simultaneously, and we are downloading also. So simultaneously, suppose our computer or mobile is having 1 GB of RAM. If 320 MB is used by music player, 320 MB is used by reading article, 320 MB is used by downloading file, memory is used. So if in between one call comes, what will happen? Your phone will go in hanging position. Your phone will work very slowly. So immediately you have to close some apps, either music player, if you'll be closing music player. So this total is consuming 960 MB of memory. So about very less amount of, as we know that 1024 MB is there. About 84 MB is free. As we are closing music player, so 320 MB will be added. About 404 MB will be free. Then we'll be closing reading article, more memory will be free. Or then we'll be closing downloading item, then 320 more MB will be free. And we can then see that whole of the 1 GB is free. So that is the way RAM is working. Means once we are using the task and the task is completed, the memory is getting free. So RAM is basically the memory consumed by the task which is processing, which is going on. ROM is the storage for storing files for certain long interval of time. If we want to store images, videos, which we are having in mobile, you can see in your mobile. So it is not getting deleted automatically. Unless we are deleting it, it is remaining in our mobile. So it is a type of permanent memory. So another type of storage is secondary storage. Secondary storage are the storage which is outside the computer. We are connecting it to the computer. So this is one of the storage. Pen drive. Pen drive is portable device. CD is also one kind of portable device. DVD is also one kind of portable device, which we are using it for carrying from one place to another. So these are the portable devices, and these are the storage devices. These are also known as storage devices, but these are by connecting to the computer. So we are here up to this. After this, we'll be continuing in the next class. So hope you will be revising this. Thank you.